In this third and final video of my Hobonichi series, I will tell you how to use my favorite part of the Hobonichi Cousin Planner for productivity and, more importantly, happiness. If you missed the first two videos on the habit tracker, monthly spread, and weekly spread, check them out in the description below. What is unique about the Hobonichi Cousin Planner is that it has a daily page in addition to the monthly and weekly spreads. This page is big enough to act as a daily journal and to-do list and is extremely helpful in making your life more productive and more balanced.
First, I would like to discuss how to use the day page for productivity. Deep work is a somewhat new and increasingly popular type of working introduced by Cal Newport, where a person is able to quickly master hard things and able to produce results with quality and efficiency. In order to practice deep work, you need to ritualize it. A ritual that I have found to be highly effective for me is using my Hobonichi to track what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, and how it went afterwards, so you can assess what you can do to do better.
The best way to make the space and time for deep work is to add it to your to-do list for the day. I cannot emphasize the importance of lists enough. In fact, I have an older video on the topic from a while back if you want to check it out.
But seriously, almost every productive person makes some sort of list to keep track of what they have to do. When making a list for your weekly or monthly tasks, it's okay to be general. But when you're at the daily level, you want to break up tasks into the smallest possible form. In a TED Talk by Stephen Dunnier, he talks about how anything is achievable, pretty much anything is achievable, if you break it down to its simplest form.
One of his examples was making the task of learning how to knit, which eventually came to him becoming a world-famous yarn bomber and winning several world records. His experience is a bit far-fetched, but this concept can be applied to anything. For example, if you want to learn the 2,000 common Japanese characters, start from the beginning, learning one character a day until you become more and more familiar with kanji and its uses. Another example could be wanting to have a six-pack. You could start by doing a plank for 1 minute every day. That 1 minute can turn into 5 minutes, which will become a 30-minute workout, then an hour, then a habit where the six-pack will come naturally.
Basically, you need to lay down a foundation before building a house. The more patience and persistence you put in that foundation, the better the overall structure of the house will be.
Before getting too ahead of myself, let me explain how to apply that on a daily level. After breaking down your tasks, which should be based off your weekly plan, next you need to prioritize them from most to least important. All of this should be done the night before so that you know exactly what to do when you wake up.
That very first thing that you get done in the day, after any daily rituals that you might have, should be the most important task. We all know how awful it feels to have some sort of important deadline just hanging over you. And on the contrary, you know how awesome it feels to get something done and then have the energy and motivation for the rest of your day. So not only will you have that done, but you can get the rest of your tasks done on that list with a little bit more energy and happiness.
In the day section, you can create your to-do list at this little top section. Then once you prioritize the tasks, make a list on the side of the timeline, mapping out what will get done when.
The other reason I love this daily page is because it also gives you a place to counteract the negative aspects of productivity through journaling, reflection, and gratitude. In Arnold Bennett's How to Live on 24 Hours a Day, he talks about the issue that a lot of people are seeking happiness without really knowing what happiness is. A way to cure this is to reflect on the events that happened in your day and see whether or not they brought joy to you. Bennett also warns you not to be so obsessed with the next thing, what he calls the policy of rush. If you feel that you'll only be happy tomorrow when you get that thing done, you'll never be happy because all you have control over is right now. It's true, it might feel better to have that thing done, but this is all we have control over. We only have now. We don't know if we'll ever get to that thing anyway, so it's best to take advantage and just live in the present.
The YouTube channel Better Ideas gives a proposition for how to exactly address this act of postponing our own happiness. We simply have to reflect on what we are grateful for right now. He suggests that you write down 3 things. 1, something that made you smile. 2, something you are grateful for. And 3, something you did well that day.
I really want to drill the importance of happiness above all else. The idea of productivity can be really intoxicating and unhealthy if it's gone too far. In a video where she reflects on her journaling process, Rachel Steffen talks about how she made a huge mistake, and one that really caused her a lot of stress, and that was she just forgot why she was doing this in the first place. She wasn't using the journal as a way to relieve stress, but it was becoming a source of stress.
Using this daily section as a mindfulness can create the balance between that sought-after productivity and acceptance for who we are and what we are capable of and happy with.
Create a habit of journaling every night. This can be a great outlet for your thoughts, mood, creativity, stress, whatever. It can be fun to try to make it look really perfect and pretty, but it can also be quite exhausting. Use this space for you. This is all yours. No one else is going to see it. No one else is going to judge you for it. This is fully yours, so take advantage of that.
And now a summary of the video. First, break down and prioritize your task. Get what is important done first, then continue on knowing you are on the right track. Second, take note of the present and be grateful. Even just a moment of reflection can add an exponential amount of peace to your life. Next, make this an antidote to stress, not a source of it. While you should try to make a habit of journaling, change what you're doing if it is just a burden. And finally, make it yours. This will take some time to get right, but it is worth it to be comfortable with yourself and your space and your journal.
And with that, we've covered all the sections of this wonderfully well-balanced planner. As always, leave comments with any thoughts or questions, and like and subscribe if you liked this content and want to see more.
If this video series inspired you to get a Hobonichi for this coming year, I would like to hear from you. The best way to do that is by joining my Facebook group, where we can discuss the use of our planners as we make our lives more productive and healthy. And finally, thank you for watching to this point. I am genuinely happy to help guide people to a better life, even if it is just helping a little bit. See you in the next one.